Hi everybody, welcome once again to our Low on Health Rambling. Today is May 29th, 2012. I just say, how's everybody doing? I know I haven't been doing a lot of these videos at all, the ramblings and my video game reviews. I haven't really been doing at all, and the main reason why, of course, I haven't been doing those is because I've been playing video games a lot. And I mean, not just the normal a lot that I play video games, I mean a lot. But before I get to that, which this video will be primarily me talking about how much video games I've been playing and maybe why, kind of the other goings on, not much. Work is good. The place is great. The Jeep's doing fine. Recently we had a big May birthday extravaganza at Darin's place, in which case we have a bunch of people with May birthdays, and we all kind of had one big get together for that. And it was kind of cool, kind of to see old co-workers. It was kind of like it was a kind of a animation gathering too. Sean, one of our very old co-workers, actually came out. It was kind of cool to catch up with him and just hanging out with Darin's crowd and kind of like just the Tampa crowd, Jeff and Felina's friend. It was just a good old time of hanging out, relaxing, people playing a little bit of Rock Band. We actually played some Minecraft afterwards too to kind of showcase that and whatnot. But it was a good night. But that's kind of the only really kind of social thing I've done recently. But other than that, I've been gaming a lot, and basically after my last couple of videos, when I was trying to figure out what I want to do and how I want to spend my free time, I realized, gaming is what I've always done. Back in the very early days, over a decade ago, I actually had a conversation with a girlfriend at a point where basically, hey, you need to basically kind of grow up or, stop playing these video games and watch this anime. And that was kind of the point in my life where I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to basically be a grown-up and still play video games. You can't be one or the other. You can still play video games and be a grown-up, and vice versa. In which case, I've been following that mantra, and just over the years, I've been kind of gaming a little bit more, kind of finding out that I just kind of enjoy it. I think it's the best kind of a bang for your buck when it comes down to entertainment. And just kind of give a kind of idea of how much I've played. Like, when I was unemployed, I did around 100 games in that year. For that 1 year where I was like basically half that year I was unemployed. Last year I only did like 67 because I worked McDonald's. This year I'm already over 50. To kind of give you an idea about that real quick, a quick breakdown of every game that I've kind of played. And this is just for the Xbox 360. I've played maybe one or two 3DS games real quick. But if you see here, this is basically all the games I've played on Xbox. Not to ramble on, but this is because I haven't done a game review video, because I'm playing so many games. It would take too much time for me to actually make game videos. So I'm just going to go down Red Faction. You can basically see the dates or when I played these games and whatnot. And even every now and then you'll see an old game like Carcassonne or Saints Row 2 there. But this is all that's May. I mean, it's basically almost like easily 10 games a month. And this is mainly just, I spend 4 hours, a day, basically on work days, spend 4 hours gaming, and then the weekends, 12 to 14. And it is kind of, you think that's kind of too much, but I enjoy it. It's basically my hobby, and maybe I'm doing it a little bit too much. You can still see here, still more and more games. But at this point in time, I'm over like basically 50 games. And I am kind of still writing my notes and doing reviews on them, giving number scores and kind of just rating them, just so I have a record of what games I've played. There's Braid. I love Braid. But yeah, starting from the beginning of the year, where is that? The beginning of the year is right there with Def Jam Rap Star and a bunch of other games. But how do I keep doing that? How can I be playing all these games? I can't possibly be buying all these games. There's no physical way somebody could buy all that. And a lot of people know that I rent a lot. And basically the way I rent is either from GameFly, which is primarily where I get a lot of my games from now. A lot of the newer games I'll get when they come out. And that's basically what I use GameFly for. It's like a pre-order house. Like I'll basically put all the new games I want to play in, move them around, so I try to get them when they come out. Of course, we have the summer drought coming out, so there's nothing really new there. That's primarily how I do GameFly. And there's actually been a debate between me and Darin, who I'll mention in a second too, of how much money do I actually spend on video gaming in a given year, in which case we're doing a kind of, not necessarily a race, but Darin's a person that basically buys a lot of pre-owned games. Like if he can buy a game for under $10, he'll buy it. But GameFly is the main kind of avenue I get to play a lot of my games from. And then Redbox is basically something I started to do this year. It's only $2, and you basically pick it up Saturday morning. Kind of wake up early, pick up the game, and you can play it till Sunday night. You have to return by 9 p.m., which gives you more than enough time to beat the majority of these games. I did Ghost Recon, I think I did Prototype, Resident Evil, Darkness, like almost every single 360 game I've played here. And I didn't necessarily get them from Redbox, but it's really cool because Redbox is everywhere. If you're thinking about just playing a game and trying it out, Redbox is a good alternative. It's $2, and I can guarantee most of these, if you actually play them, most games nowadays aren't more than 8 or 10 hours. Another thing I've been doing recently is Darin, like I mentioned before, he buys a lot of games. Let's see if I can find Darin here. There's Darin. He buys a lot of the games, but he doesn't have time to play them. Like, he literally has a huge archive of games. And what I've done recently is ask him if I can start borrowing them. And he's like, yeah, sure. So I've been going to his place out in Land O'Lakes and picking up like a dozen games at a time and constantly playing them. So now I don't even have, there he is. Now I don't even have the downtime that I used to have in between playing games and waiting them to come back from gameplay, like shipping them and whatnot. And that's where I would have the time to write my reviews and actually produce the reviews. But now I don't even have that because I've been playing his games. I literally play one, beat it, next one, and just do it. The cool thing about that, too, is it also frees up my ability to not actually have to beat every single game. A lot of these games I don't beat because they're just not fun. Let me see. Dark Sector I gave up on. Damnation, Need for Speed. A lot of those games I kind of just gave up on because they're not good. The problem is when you buy a game, you pay $60 for it, you're definitely going to want to play it and get your money's worth out of it, which is good and fine, but you have to like it. It sucks that the game sucked and you didn't know about that because you bought it new and you bought it for $60. But being able to rent them and borrow them from friends and whatnot, it kind of frees me up to, if I don't like the game, fine, just send it back or just stop playing it. Move on to the next game. And I've been able to basically play a plethora of games. Some of these games are games I've played back before too, but on the PC, like Red Faction, Witcher, I'm trying to think of other games, Bulletstorm, Space Marine. A lot of these games I played on the PC when they first came out, but now I'm going back through and playing on 360 basically to get my gamer score up, which I want to say a couple months ago I mentioned I just broke 100,000 achievement points, and now I'm already at 120. But, it's what I do, video gaming. A lot of people know it's a big part of my life. I am still doing reviews, but I'm just not posting them anymore. And that's just how it is. Like, I mean, if you want to know how I think about a game, just talk to me on Xbox Live or ask me. I usually will tell you. But it's kind of nice just to have that knowledge pool of these games I played, why I like them and why I don't like them. Every game kind of gives me a different thing. And as most people know, I play them for the narrative sense. In which case, I do like doing that. They're all individual stories. Mostly, like, it's kind of like reading. A lot of people would just tear through books. I just tear through video games, and I just enjoy them. And like the cool thing is there is the social aspect. I want to mention that too about gaming. It's not like I'm some little recluse. A lot of these games you do play online with people. Minecraft has gotten a lot of my friends together now too. We've like Jeff, I was online. Trent, I was talking recently because I did Ghost Recon and I was talking to him about it. And a lot of these people, I've played Battlefield with and other games. It's kind of cool to see what games they're playing. And every now and then when they're playing a game that I've played, after they play it for a while, I'll ask them what they think about it and kind of just get their different perspective on it. But yeah, that's really what I've been doing. It's just hardcore, non-stop gaming. Like I said, that you can see the dates on those. It's just straight up. In most of these games, I don't play for more than like 4 or 5 days. That's because I basically rent them. I can beat most games within 2 days. A weekend is easily enough time to beat most games unless they're hardcore RPGs. But that's really about it. All I've been doing is gaming, and I haven't been doing gaming reviews because I just don't have the time. Honestly, would I rather make game reviews or play video games? And I'd rather play video games, and that's what I am doing. Like, as I'm going to be rendering this video, I'm going to be playing Star Fox on the 3DS, and then I'll probably beat that tonight, send it back out, and get a different game, and just keep the flow going. Because that's basically what I'm doing in life. I've done not necessarily everything else out there, but I've sampled enough of different lifestyles to know this is what I want to do. I want to play video games, I enjoy them, and that's what I'm going to do. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.